still on board with Numpty Ned. It's the first time for me doing this as a live broadcast, and I'm used to having camera control. So it's a new one for me, not having any camera control, I must be honest with you. But Numpty Ned on his own out there at the moment, running around the Algarve circuit here in the south of Portugal. Running in 7th place at the moment. He's got GT3 Vas ahead, he's got Imperius behind him. Obviously ignore those time differences at the moment because it's obviously qualifying. 6 minutes to go in the session. Just trying to find out any other ways to get some more info. There's another Lambo ahead, pulling over the side to allow Numpty Ned through. Ned comes down the hill in that Lamborghini, looking to improve its NGR Fraser down to 6th. We'll see if I can find a way to gain some more controls. So we're still falling around with Numpty Ned, so I'm still trying to figure out why within the live broadcast mode I have no controls. Which is a frustrating bit, as you'll know from watching any of our videos. You normally see me changing about the cameras, changing between the driver's camera angles, knowing what the sort of live timings are, etc. And at this point I don't have any of that, as Ned goes really wide. There we are, coming up towards the end of the qualifying session as Ned gets on. The grass coming over the rise in that treble 6 machine. It is round 7 of the Next Gen Racing Championship. It's down the hill. That V10 does sound lovely. I mean, if you're going to be stuck watching one car for the entire session, it might as well be a Lamborghini. Certainly no harm in that one. Can't tell you that NGR Fraser is currently 6th with Imperius in 8th, so I can't tell you that much at the moment. Out of the 9 cars that we do have on the grid for this evening's race, that much I am able to tell you. Camera looks for Ned, he's already gone. He's just pounding his way around the track. Not really seen anyone else out there. Minute to go, we're into the final minutes of the session. And Shockshaft into 8th place now, so he must have been down in 9th. And Numpty Ned has decided to call it quits and head for the pits. As other cars go by on the track, we are stuck here in the pits, watching from the front nose camera of Numpty Ned's car. And now looking into the garage of the MP Motorsport black and red machine as the session ticks down to a close. Qualifying over the checkered flag falls. We'll soon see who is on pole position. It's a session we've not seen very much except for this man who's had plenty of airtime. I've not had any such controls. Let's change cameras. So say first time for me doing a live stream in Project Cars, expected it to be very much like replay mode. It shows you just not to expect anything. So there you are. Expect the unexpected and all of that. 20 seconds till the session's over. There we go, session over, so we can now see it's NGR Scooby G at the top of the standing, 6/10 clear in the Audi, it looks like he's got possibly. 142.9. Jack TM53 Synopsis is in second, so you can see in the Mercedes, 143.5. D Whitehouse is third, he was in the other Lambo, 1 minute 43.5 as well. And then it's GT3 Vaz, 144.4. The Honourable George GWBL is in 5th place, 144.5. NGR Fraser in 6th, 144.8. Then there was Numpty Ned that we've seen, 145.1. Shockshaft in 8th for 45.8. And Imperius is 9th on a 45.8. So just around about 3 seconds between first and last, and you can see that Scooby's made quite a lot of his time in that first sector through the first couple of turns, I would imagine, as the first sector takes you from turn 1 up to around about turn 5, the first of the hairpins. So that is where he's likely to have made most of his time up, and he'll be hoping to use that advantage of 6/10 to clear away from the rest of the field and pull away in his, as I say, it looks like it's an Audi, but obviously not being able to follow on the stream means that I've not had much chance to figure out who is driving what. But hopefully I will be able to very shortly. But for me, no surprise seeing the likes of Scooby G up towards the top, obviously having raced him in the V8 Supercars and seen him win that championship last year. It is no surprise personally to see him doing that, so it is something of interest for me to see the likes of Jack Whitehouse, GT3 Vaz, NGR Fraser seen in the Clios, Numpty Ned and Imperius. Those kind of drivers are the kind that I have not seen racing personally or raced against myself, so those are the ones that I am looking forward to trying to see during this session. So we're just waiting on it being taken to the next session, as I have obviously not got control of that either. So while we're just waiting, just going to take a wee quick moment to grab myself a drink. See. But I think it could be a Renault rather than an Audi. Jack's definitely looks like he's in the Mercedes AMG. It's definitely a Lambo for White House, and I'm quite sure it's a Porsche for GT3 Vaz. Here we go, moving forward into the race itself. So it is Renault for Scooby on the front row, waiting on the lights. Here we go. So we've lost someone, that's what's taken so long. So we've lost one of the cars from the grid. It's an 8-car grid, 20 laps. Lights are on, and we are underway here at the circuit de Algarve. It's a poor start from Jack, good start from the pole sitter. GT3 Vaz has got a stormer in the Porsche. He's up from 4th to 2nd already. It's Scooby G taking the lead. GT3 Vaz into 2nd. Jack is down to 3rd. It's Whitehouse in 4th. The George is into 5th. And up from last is Numerous into 6th. Shockshaft down to 7th, and Numpty Ned's the one. Numpty Ned actually up to 6th, sorry. I'm trying to learn all the names still. And in 7th place is... who is LMP? There you go, shows you when you don't know the names. But anyway, up the front, it's the Renault of NGR. Scooby G leading, GT3 Vaz in the Porsche. Jack is in 3rd, and the Honourable George has got himself up to 4th place ahead of T Whitehouse. Is NGR Fraser that we've lost. That is the driver that we have lost from the race. As you can see already, Scooby G pulling away in that Renault number 33 machine. Same number he drives in the V8 Supercar series, although that one is a bit more lime green for my liking. And the top 3 already got a bit of a gap over the 4th place car, 2 seconds roughly between 3rd and 4th already, as these 3's tried to pull away pretty quickly from the rest. So it's Scooby G coming around to complete the first of 20 laps here at the Autodromo de Algarve. GT3 Vaz is in 2nd. He come up and over the crest. Going to be leading by about 0.7 of a second. You see he's just pulling away, trying to break the slipstream. Whitehouse and the Lambo is chasing down George. We've got Renault, Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, Lambo, your top 5. Jack thinking about it into turn 1, but he thinks better of it. As we follow through, and Jack's actually got through, so a mistake by GT3 Vaz means that Jack has made back up to 2nd place where he started, and that has put him back into 2nd place. So the Mercedes back ahead of the Porsche. You can see the difference already in lap times, 49.40, running at 50 from everyone else. So it is Scooby G from Jack, GT3 Vaz, Whitehouse in 4th, The Honourable George is in 5th place now. You've seen the Lambo just coming into screenshot there before the camera cut. 6th place is Numerous. 7th place is LMP. And 8th place is Shock Shaft. 6th place actually, sorry, will be Numpty Ned actually. I do apologise. So you see, just when you don't do these often, and you don't know some of the names, you get yourself mixed up when you don't have the controls. There you go. Trying my best. Lap 2, down the rise. Scooby G into the hairpin. Jack's keeping close though, still 7/10 in it. Up to the last corner, 15 turn track. Tricky corner this, up and over the rise. Difference in cars here, you've got the Renault mid-engine, you've got the Mercedes front-engine, you've got the Porsche rear-engined. 3 different cars, a little bit of weaving down the straight but nothing out of the ordinary, just trying to break the slipstream. And hard on the brakes into turn 1. Through turn 2. Into turn 3. Lagos. Tight second gear corner, following this front 3. Up through turn 4 and heading towards Torrey Vip, turn 5, tight second gear left hand hairpin, and Jack is all over the back of that Renault. That blue Mercedes is just fighting all over. You can see the Lambo there, the D Whitehouse, trying to keep on the back of this lot. He's 3 seconds behind, but the more these 3 fight, the more he'll be able to close up, so he'll be looking to catch up very quickly indeed. Numpty Ned has lost a place. Further back down, he's lost 6th place there. Shockshaft is still down in 8th out of the 8 runners. He's come up to the top of the hill. Double apex right-hander, which is Portamayo, which is obviously, funnily enough, where we are. Looks like GT3 Vaz dropping off in that Porsche. Porsche for me, in personal terms, is actually my GT3 car of choice, and is the one I actually drive in GT3 League elsewhere from NXTGEN, but not running at the moment because it's the off season, hence why I'm doing this evening. Up and over the crest, very tricky corners, very easy to get understeer, and up and over the crest again, and then you come down the other side. Top 4 in view, the Lambo at the back with the headlights ablaze catching up. You can see the Audi at the back, so you've got 5 different manufacturers in the top 5. Just 3 tenths between the top 2. Jack is keeping Scooby honest here up front. Just looking back through the field. The only other close battles, not really at the moment. This is the closest battle, so happy for this to be the battle that we keep an eye on just now, if the race director can hear me. Lap 4, Scooby G into turn 5, hairpin at Torrey Vip, second gear. Heading up through the gears, 3rd gear, 4th gear, through turn 6, heading for turn 7, just drop down a gear, and into turn 8. Very easy to get this wrong as you start to rise up through the hill using the apex, up and over the rise, and then downhill, flat out through here as you go through the gears, and then back up over the rise again on the brakes. A little bit of a left-hander there, right-hander there, and then the proper left-hand right-hander there. And you can see the Mercedes getting a little sideways through and over the top of the rise. Jack managing to keep it all together quite neatly though. And the top 4, 2.5 seconds between them. George, the Honourable GWBL, in 5th place, 6 seconds back from this, and has fallen quickly into the clutches in the 6th place car, which is LMB, whose actual name I can't quite remember off the top of my head just now, and I do feel absolutely guilty for that. Shockshaft has made his way up to 7th, Numpty Ned down to 8th place in the other Lambo we were following during qualifying. And you can see Scooby trying to break the slipstream, but look at this top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 different manufacturers once again, showing just how well balanced these cars are. Is all down to driver preference. As I say, difference in cars as well. Mid-engine for the Renault, front engine for the Mercedes, rear engine for the Porsche in 3rd. Back to mid-engine for the Lambo, and then obviously you've got your different configurations as well for the cars also, in terms of engine configurations. So you've got to take that into consideration as well. So you've got the Renault RS01, which has been driven by Scooby there. That is obviously leading the race just now, and I'm trying to find again what engine that uses. I've just lost it as I had it a minute ago. I'm sure it's a V6. I know it's got 7-speed, 3.8 litre V6, so there you go. So that's what that one has. And then the Mercedes is a V8, I know that much. The Porsche is a V6, it's only a 2.4, and actually where it has GT3 Vasco, and he's dropped back while I was looking at my phone getting all the specs, so that Lambo has moved up to P3, so it obviously been a mistake somewhere from the Porsche, but that Huracan GT3 is a V10, I'm sure, still in this day and age. So you get differences, V8s, V6, V10s, and that's what makes GT3 racing an exciting prospect to be in. We're on to lap 6 here. Scooby-Doo still leading, still keeping it together in that RS01. Through the complex. Brings it back over to the right hand side. Jack still second, still keeping him honest though. It's D Whitehouse now up to third, but they're nearly 3 seconds back. Another second back to GT3 Vaz in the Porsche. Top 3 all in the 144s at the moment. 5th place is the Honourable George himself. 6th place LMP. 7th place is Numpty Ned back up his battle with Shockshaft, going back and forward. If my race director can hear me, you can maybe jump about the order and have a look at some of the other drivers from time to time. Be lovely as well. And GT3 Vaz is back ahead of Jack. In fact, Jack's dropped right off. Didn't even notice that there. Jack has made a mistake. He was right behind Scooby, and he has dropped right back, and he is now down to 4th place. He's in danger of dropping down to 5th actually. He's got George all over him. It'd be lovely to see what's going on there if we could follow the 4th place car. As I said, I don't have the controls to the cameras. We're going to be following the leader. Scooby G now 2.5 second cushion to D Whitehouse in second in the Lamborghini. 3rd place GT3 Vaz, he made a lovely start from 4th in the grid in that Porsche, jumped up to 2nd, lost it back. There is Jack going past George down the front straight. So we've just seen that in the background just as the camera cut. That Mercedes making up one of the places that he lost due to whatever mistake it was he made off camera. On lap 7, fastly approaching half distance here at the Autodromo do International Algarve. Once again, down into the hairpin, the 33 machine of Scooby G. Season 11 V8 Supercar Champion, also drives in Monday Night Tourers, Clio Cup on a Saturday night as well. Very quick driver indeed. Improving it once again, leading this race from the front, pole position by 6/10. We'll wait until the end of this lap. This gap's about 2 seconds. It was 2.5, so D Whitehouse is starting to bring the gap in. Is Scooby taking it a bit easy? Does he feel he's got it under control, or these other guys starting to find a bit of speed? We shall see. We shall see indeed. We're coming up to lap 8. That Renault does look pretty planted though. So it's around about 2 seconds. There's the Porsche GT3 Vaz as well. Down the hill, 44.4. It's a 44.0 from D Whitehouse, so gained 4 tenths during that lap. It's now under 2 seconds. This is Formula 1. We're getting closer and closer to DRS range. And GT5 Vaz as well, 44.4. No one else able to get into the 44s at the moment. We know Jack's capable, 45.0. Last lap. Up the hill, over the crest and through turn 9, which is Craig Jones, named after former super sport bike champion Craig Jones, who sadly lost his life at Brands Hatch in, I believe, 2008. And they named the corner after him. We come through Portimao, down through turn 11, 12, and then up through 13. Up to Sagres, turn 14. The gap's 1.5 seconds. That green and red Lambo is catching the race leader as we quickly approach half distance. I've seen this before from Scooby G. Does he have it all under control? GT5 Vaz just happily sitting back there in the Porsche, around about 5 seconds back. Jack's nearly 10 seconds off the lead now. Fighting away with George in 5th place, about a second between them. Nice to have a wee watch of them for a wee second, see what they two are up to if we could. Back up the hill. A lot of drivers have referred to this track as a roller coaster due to the undulations. Many ups and downs. It's very easy to understeer, to get things wrong. Very easy to oversteer as well, coming over the rises. There's so many things you can get wrong. Makes it quite a challenge in almost any machinery. And it is FIA certified for F1 testing as well. I did actually host F1 testing for 2009 machinery just after it opened in 2008, so this track is now 10 years old, but is better known for hosting the likes of GT3 machinery. It has hosted LMP events, it's also hosted Superbikes, FIA GT, and a whole host of other stuff, including the A1GP as well, if I remember correctly also. So there's been a lot of stuff hosted here. Cost around about 195 million euros, and when you consider the area of the country in Portugal, Portimao, is known mainly for fishing. It's quite interesting that they put it here, but obviously nice weather, good testing facility, and obviously proven quite popular with a lot of drivers who do actually quite like it. But we're now at half distance. This is halfway through the race now, and that gap is still coming down. And Scooby seems to now have a bit of a hold on it, 44.5 to 44.5. GT5 Vaz still keeping them close to honest at 44.8. George is back ahead of Jack, who's made a mistake somewhere at 49. Scooby getting sideways out of turn 5. He won't want to be doing that too often. Turns up the hill. Jack has lost more time in that Mercedes, and from starting in second, that is not what he wanted to be doing today. LMP still 6, Numpty Ned still in 7th, Shockshaft in 8th. We did have 9 drivers, but before the race even started, we did seem to disconnect from NGR Fraser, who was due to start in about 6th in the grid. It's a shame to see him drop out before we started. We've reached the halfway point. We've been following Scooby G. Up and over the rise one more time. See him starting to try and break the slipstream of that Lambo. He's fully aware that Whitehouse is there. Into that first turn, you can take a lot of speed through there if you can get that apex right. Coming down the hill, that braking point is so tricky to get right. Looks like Whitehouse made a mistake. He's nearly 3 seconds back, so off camera he's made a bit of an error in that Lamborghini, and that is going to give Scooby a bit of a breather. And that is going to give the 33 car the chance to stretch his legs, ease up a wee bit maybe, take it a little bit easier at some of the braking points, save the tyres, save the brakes. Ensure he gets the car to the end. 2.5 seconds now, so lost about a second there, the Lambo, but still there in the background, need to be careful. GT3 Vaz still kicking about though, around about 4 to 5 seconds back. The Honourable GWBL, the Honourable George in 4th, 12 seconds off the lead. Jack is in 5th place, 15 seconds back. LMP is 6th, 17 seconds, 2 seconds behind now from Jack. Numpty Ned in 7th, and Shockshaft in 8th, it's nearly half a minute down. 8 runners still going round here, and there's the Porsche just up and over the rise. That's what 5 seconds looks like. A lap 12. Getting close to the end of the race now, into the last half of the race, and it has been all one way since the word go for Scooby G. First half of the race he had Jack all over the back of him, only a few attempts behind till he made a mistake off camera. Then had D Whitehouse kicking about. He's just a couple of laps ago made a bit of an error, dropped him back to 2 seconds behind, but he's slowly catching up in that Lambo, starting to gain the gap back in, so it's not over yet. GT3 Vaz is still in 3rd, he started in 4th. Great start from the Porsche. Dropped up to 2nd, lost the 2nd place back to Jack, who started in 2nd at the end of lap 1. The Honourable George is in 4th at the moment. Jack's dropped down to 5th, couple of mistakes, cost the Mercedes driver today. LMP's 6th, Numpty Ned in 7th from the 2nd Lamborghini. Shockshaft down in 8th position. We've been following this lead from the beginning. Look at that lap time from Whitehouse there, 43.6. He's taken about 8 tenths out in that lap from Scooby G. This could be a really interesting finish to the race. No other real close battles on track at the moment. GT3 Vaz 6 seconds down, the Honourable George 13 seconds back from this. Jack's 3 to 4 seconds back from him. A couple of seconds back to LMP. Numpty Ned's 25 off, 6 seconds off of 6. And Shockshaft about another 6 seconds back from Numpty Ned. So this is the battle to watch. And that Lamborghini is looking more and more menacing as the laps go on. Can the Whitehouse keep it together? Just a second between them. Lap 14, you can see Scooby trying to break the slipstream. Come down the front straight for the 14th time. Just 6 to go. It's under a second there as he came through the braking zone. And that Lambo, despite having the big heavy V10, is looking pretty nifty at the moment in comparison to that Renault. Over the rise. Oh, the Lambo running wide there. Through Portimao. Gets away with it. Plenty of run off if you can avoid spinning the wheels. Maybe about half a second between them through the end of this lap. Over the crest. Start lap 15 of 20. 5 to go. The end of this one. Into Lagos, second gear. Parking the power. These two have been far and away most consistent in this race. Easily in the 44s, lap after lap after lap. Well, that Renault's starting to look a bit twitchy on the front end. I'd have to say at the moment, Whitehouse is looking the most likely to take the win, but the old age of Murray Walker, passing is one thing. Sorry, catching is one thing, passing is quite another. So these GT3 cars quite wide. It's a very flowing track. It'll be very interesting to see if you can find a way to muscle that GT3 Lambo past the RS01 and number 33 machine, the Scooby G. Definitely got the speed. At the moment, you can easily see that. No change further back. It's still GT5 Vaz in third. The Honourable George in fourth. Jackson fifth. The Mercedes LMP in sixth. Numpty Ned in seventh. Chalkshaft in eighth. You can see Scooby pulling to the middle of the track, trying to break the slipstream. Over the line, lap 16. Down the hill on the brakes. The Renault is a well-balanced car, being mid-engined. I do prefer it over the Lambo in terms of balance, but that Lambo's got a heck of a punch on it. And the Whitehouse is definitely using it to his advantage here. Half a second between them. 44.70 or 44.4 last lap round. And that Lambo is looking very menacing, I'm sure, in that rear view mirror at the moment for Scooby G. Can he keep the Lambo at bay? Though I don't have control of the camera, there's nothing else really going on at the moment, although Jack is starting to catch up to George. But a second between them for fourth and fifth. I'll try and keep an eye on the timing screens for that, keep you up to date with it. This is where the action is, up the front of the field. Whitehouse having to run the curb to avoid spinning. Can just about get away with it through there. As long as you can pull yourself back online. got many laps to go now. He's going to have to try and find a time to make a move soon. Down the hill one more time. Once again, Scooby pulls to the middle of the track, just trying to break the slipstream, but that Lamborghini is sticking to him like glue. 4 to go. Less than half a second. And Jack's within about half a second of George as well, so keeping an eye on that one too. Apart from that, there is no other real close battles on track. Apart from this one. Everyone else is sort of having their own little potter and drive around the south of Portugal. Looks like Whitehouse made a small error. He's just dropped a couple of temps back. It's just going to give Scooby that little bit of breathing room in the Renault. Could that be the difference between here and the flag? One more time up the hill. Down and over the crest. Flat out through the left-hander. Just over the rise on the brakes. You see the hills and the mountains into the distance. And about 8 temps between them, 7 temps between them. It's the same between George and Jack for 4th and 5th. The Audi and the Mercedes, the two German giants, slugging it out down for 4th and 5th. But we are watching this battle between French Precision and Italian Stallions. Which one is going to come out on top? Will it be the Renault or will it be the Lamborghini? Lap 18, 3 to go. You can see there Scooby 44.3 compared to 44.8, so he's gained half a second due to the mistake made by the Lambo at Whitehouse in the last lap. The headlights are still fully ablaze despite the fact that the sunshine is blazing itself. Here in Portugal, we're running really wide there, the Lambo. Could cause a bit of a slowdown penalty maybe. Have to be careful. Not got long to go now. It's soon going to be a case of now or never, but he's just not close enough. Just cannot get that Lamborghini close enough to that Renault. Scooby G just doing everything he can just to stay close, far enough away, sorry, from that Lamborghini. Down the hill one more time. Jack and George are about the same gap between about 7 tenths, and I'm sure there's a nursery rhyme in there about Jack and George that's comparable to Jack and Jill. And I'm sure those two didn't go up the hill to fetch a pail of water, that's for sure. Lap 19 is over a second there. The wee red dot up against the Whitehouse says to be quite possibly maybe a bit of a time penalty. A bit of corner cutting, track cutting, so that might just be the end of the battle. I'm not sure if that's definitely what it is, being the first time in broadcast mode, but you can see he's dropped to over a second. And I think, unless there's a mistake from our race leader, it might just be the end, and the Huracan might just be out of laps and out of time to catch the RS01. Penultimate lap here. Jack is right behind George. Wish we could go and jump to that battle for a moment for 4th. Between the Audi R8 and the Mercedes AMG. Don't have control of the cameras, so keep an eye on the timings. Lambo trying to use all of the track and then some to make up the time. And if there is a time penalty there, it's not just going to be a case of getting past, it's going to be a case of getting past and making enough time to get by and stay far enough ahead to negate the time penalty. And I don't think there's going to be enough time to do it. Couldn't do it before now, don't think there's going to be enough time to do it yet. Final lap. Here we go, one more time into the abyss, down into the first corner. And it has been from pole position. And looks like it is going to be through to the checkered flag for Scooby G, but he's still got about another 10 corners and about another 2.5 miles to negotiate yet a Portuguese track before he can take the victory champagne. Up the brakes. Lambo's getting closer and closer. Looks like Jack's dropped off the back of George, so this might just be our finishing order. One more time up the hill, down the roller coaster drop. The Lambo's close, but unless a mistake comes soon, I don't think he's going to be close enough. Through the left-hander, hard on the brakes again. Gap's less than half a second now, but there's no more heavy braking points, and as long as there's not a big understeer moment through this final corner, it is going to be lights to flag victory for the Renault. French engineering takes the victory for the 33 machinist Scooby G. The lights are a-flashing, and he takes the victory here in Tier 1, the GT3 Next Gen League. D. Whitehouse takes second in the Lambo. It was a good effort from the Lamborghini driver, which couldn't quite get ahead and get past the Renault. Third place will go to the Porsche GT5 Vaz. 5 seconds back, so good effort there from him. Fourth place is still undecided at the moment, so keep an eye on that, but I believe it's going to go to George in the Audi. Looks like he's going to hold on just enough to get to the end. Fifth place will be Jack in the Mercedes. Started second, so he won't be too happy with that. A couple of mistakes cost him in the race. Sixth place will be LMP. Oh, maybe not actually. Numpty Ned jumping ahead, but I don't know if that's after the flag. And 7th place, Numpty Ned, I believe. Here we go. Right, now I can get the right order. Here we go. So we got Scooby in the first. We got D. Whitehouse in second. GT5 Vaz third. Honourable George in fourth. Jack in fifth. Numpty Ned takes sixth. Shockshaft takes seventh, and it was Imperious, I keep calling him LMP for some reason, but there you go. He's actually going to be 8th despite finishing 6th in the road due to a 20-second penalty. And it was a 3-second penalty for Whitehouse, but he will take home the fastest lap of the race award for a 43.6. So a good effort there from him. Scooby with a 43.8. You can see Jack done a 43.7. So you can see he did have the pace, just a few mistakes too many. But that is it for something a little bit different on the channel. As I say, no V8s this week because it was live streamed last night by Jordan. I will leave a link to his broadcast down below. But I will see you again very soon for some more videos. F1 this weekend, of course, in Russia. And if you do want to hear some more of me personally, I'm commentating this Sunday over on Apex Online Racing for the start of their new F1 2018 season. But there'll be more from me on Next Gen very soon. I'll be back with my own V8 videos in the coming weeks. But until next time, my name's Andy. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. Till next time, see you again soon. Ta-da!